Okay, Jamie, I'm making that recipe for you. You wanted to know how to make sauerkraut. I bought a jar of sauerkraut and I'm going to use a half onion, thin sliced, cut in half, other half. Bacon, I will slice like this too. I like to put a little bit applesauce in it. And then I have some chicken base, some caraway seed, and you cannot see the sugar because the plate is white, but it's like a tablespoon and a half with sugar. Now I'm going to wash the sauerkraut. Okay, I put the sauerkraut in a bowl and I put some water in it. And I rinse it. And then I put it in a strainer. And then I rinse it a little more. Okie dokie. I'm going to put a little bit canola oil in the pot, just so the bacon doesn't stick right away to the bottom of the pan. Wait until it gets warm. Okay, now I'm adding the bacon. And I'm going to let it melt a little bit. I don't want to let it get brown, because I don't want brown sauerkraut. I want it nice and white. But I still want to melt the bacon a little more than that before I add the onions. Now it starts looking good without being brown. I'm going to add the onions, and I cook those a little bit until they get kind of glassy. Not fully cooked, but definitely not raw anymore. Now I'm going to add the sauerkraut. And this is 40 ounces of raw sauerkraut, and I'm going to add maybe a cup and a half water so it cooks easier and doesn't get brown. Here we go. Now I'm adding spices. This is like a tablespoon and a half chicken base, like 2-3 pinches of caraway seed, a good tablespoon and a half with sugar, a few juniper berries. You don't have to run out and buy them, but it's nice to put them in. Couple small bay leaves and maybe 3 cloves. Goes in now. And I stir it well. After the sauerkraut comes to boil with all the spices, if it's canned sauerkraut, it only takes like 5-6 minutes after the first start of boiling. If it's fresh sauerkraut, it's more like 10 minutes. And what I want to do is, I wait a few more minutes, and then I take a little tub with applesauce and mix it in, wait 1 minute, and I switch it off and we're done. That's the sauerkraut. It's great for Rubens.